Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and in today's video, we're going to put together February Stamp Club card packet. So we're going to use the Beautiful Butterflies. Now, when you get your Beautiful Butterflies bundle, it has the embossing folder. We're not going to use that this month, but we'll definitely use it next month, so have that handy for next month. We will use the stamp set that comes with it and the dies, and the dies, I think, are the bomb. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So in your packet, we're going to start with this Berry Burst card here. So I'm going to just get I'm going to get all the pieces and parts out, and we'll go through what we need. Okay, there we go. Oops, this is the third card. I thought it turned out cute. If you want to see how I did this, I have a video on my YouTube channel. You can go there and find how I made that card. Okay, this piece here, this black piece that is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, I think, yes it is, just a quarter piece of cardstock. We're going to die cut on that one. You have a white piece that's the same. This is for stamping. Then you have a note card here that we're going to use on the second card, so set that aside. And then we have these two pieces, the black and the designer series paper that layered. That's for the second card, so we set that aside. And then the rest of the pieces, including here, there's the bling. Oh, the white bling is for the second card too, so I'm going to set that all aside. And I'm going to put it over here where I don't lose it. Okay, so we have our 2 gold leaves, a piece of basic white that I believe is 4 by 4 square, and then you have your 2 pieces of Berry Burst. Now let me show you what I did. I took a piece of designer series paper. What is on my paper here? Let's get rid of that. And I attached them together so they're so it's centered between the score lines here. And then I just took, this is my Spotlight of Nature dies, and I just took one of those dies and I cut a circle. Now there's 2 that are the same size. One has this fancy stitch, one has this, I don't know what this is called, around it, and cut that circle out of the center. And I hope you like where you cut your where I cut your circle. I hate cutting circles for people because you never know where they want them. And as I look at mine, I see that this is smaller than this, so I'm going to turn mine around this way. But we're going to set these 2 pieces aside anyway, and we're going to start with stamping. So on this square, we need to put the butterfly on there so it shows through this window here, but yet can be somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's centered or anything. We just need to make sure that the butterfly shows up on there. So I'm going to try, good luck, to stamp my butterfly in the center of this one. Maybe because my circle is like this, I might stamp it a little bit high, but I'm going to just try to get it in the center. We'll see what happens. So ink it up good. Now, since it's a big solid image, I suggest you use your Pierce mat. Set my paper on there. Now, let's ink him up. I almost forgot my Pierce mat. Although, I'll be honest with you, the glass mat can really take the place of a Pierce mat, because the glass mat provides that really hard, firm surface that usually works. But I'm going to put my Pierce mat there just to be on the safe side. Okay, so I think I have him inked up pretty good. I'm going to look through the light, yeah. And then, like I said, I'm going to bring him and stamp him here in the center. And hold that down. Let that black ink really sink into the paper so you get a good image. So there we go. And mine is not centered at all. Hopefully you do better than I do. Okay, but he'll work, trust me. Okay, then, while we still have all the mat out and the black ink, I'm going to take this butterfly here and I'm going to stamp him twice. Where did he go? Here he is. And I'm just using black Memento ink because I'm going to color with the Stampin' Blends. So we'll ink him up. I'm going to stamp him down here. And I didn't even show you the card, did I? Ha! I'm fired. Okay, there we go. And then over here on the edge, just so it's easy to die cut, I'm going to stamp that happy birthday. Ink that up good. And just stamp that not too close to the edge because we're going to use the die to die cut that out. Now, I gave you lots of room if you want to stamp some additional butterflies. If you want extra butterflies, let me show you the card. It looks like this. And hang on. Nope, shoot, I meant to bring Leanne's card over here. Let me show you what my inspiration was real quick. It's not too far. Okay, so this is the card that Leanne Livingstone sent me, right? Cute, right? And this is what I came up with. So I turned it this way. And if you were watching Glenda's video last night and you're visiting me today, you can see this is what she made. You can go visit her, and I'll put the link below her YouTube channel to see her card. But that's what the inspiration was. So thank you, Leanne. Love it. And so that's what I came up with this card. There we go. Okay, but as I was saying, sorry, I got distracted. If you want to put extra butterflies, maybe you want to take this butterfly, cut it out, color it, and put it on there too. I gave you lots of extra room on your paper here to do that. Okay, so now let's do some coloring, which you know is my least favorite. Although I do have pieces and parts that I've already colored, so you don't have me watch the whole thing like this. And I'll tell you what colors I used on my butterflies. So I used peach pie, both light and dark. Although, yeah, I think I did use light and dark. I used, let's see, this one. Now on my list, I said that you might want to have some berry burst. I ended up, instead of berry burst, using petunia pop. I just thought it looked good, but either one would work. And then I used some azure afternoon to color all my butterflies. And like I said, I'm not going to have you sit through me coloring the butterflies. I did, you can see, use some of the dark and the light, and that gives you some two-toned on your butterfly that even adds some more pops of color. I think that helped a lot when coloring the butterfly. So you can see here, this is the light petunia pop, and this is the dark. Same thing with azure afternoon, and you can see the different colors that I used on my butterflies. And then the last thing I did with my butterflies is I took Wink of Stella, and I colored, first of all, the body. Make sure you get those little antennas. And then just put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the body, and I just did the outline of the butterfly. And I kind of came around here and got his wing. It just adds that little touch and makes him have that little shimmer. That looks really good. So I did this to all three of my butterflies. And then just like that, I have 3 pieces here ready to go. So you can stop the video, go color your butterflies, and then you'll be good to go too. Okay, just like that, now we're ready to put our card together. So I'm going to take and fold just back, where's my bone folder, on these score lines, and then fold it over. Now here, if you want the measurements for the score lines, you need to go to my gallery, becreativewithkathy.com, and the measurements are on there, and I'll put a link in below in the video so you can find those. Okay, this is going to go on here, but first we need to attach this piece onto here, and I'm going to just guess, I'm going to kind of lay it there. This is where I think it should go. It looks like it's pretty centered there, and see if that works. And it does. If it doesn't work for you, then just move this piece around where you want it. Okay, I don't think it has to be perfect, and we're going to decorate the front, so it's going to kind of cover some stuff up anyway. So like I said, I'm going to just throw it on there. If you have your butterfly to where it's stamped and you have to put it too high, all you have to do is trim your white cardstock down. Just make sure that you have that so it ends up something like that. Pretty, right? Okay, let's go ahead and attach this. I'm gonna, on this score line, you have 1, 2 little sections here. I'm only gonna put adhesive on this outside section. And I'm gonna cover it pretty good. And then take this and I'm gonna line up, let me make sure, I want it this way or do I want it this way? No, I want it this way. So I'm gonna line up this edge with this side here. Get it so it's matched up, it's the same size, and lay that down. There we go. And then I'm going to take and put adhesive on this outside edge here. And then line this one up with this side. And hopefully, when I line it up, it lays flat. We might have to use our bone folder and get it to do what we want. But there we go. It looks like that. So it kind of pops up like this, but yet it can lay flat to go in your envelope. Isn't that cute? I think that would really cute to sit on someone's desk. Okay, let's go ahead and, I forgot to die cut my happy birthday. So let me do that real quick. Bring in my die cut machine. Let me move my bling so I don't lose those. My platforms here. Lay my, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but you obviously, there we go. Now you can kind of see. Get that, label here, and we're going to cut that out. And I'm going to center, can you see that? My happy birthday. Now I might have to take some Post-it tape to hold it in place, but I think it's going to be okay. Lay this on top and just run that through my die cut machine. Okay, there we go. Now I have my happy birthday ready to put on my card. Get all of our little butterflies here. I just took some liquid glue here and put a little bit along the stems of my gold leaf. I didn't glue any of the leaves down. I kind of like that they had some freedom and they didn't look stuck. So I'm going to just lay it along the circle here. And then do the next one same way. And lay those stems together just so it kind of goes around the circle that's die cut, but making sure it doesn't stick in here. We don't want any glue in there. Okay, and then these I'm going to put on with some dimensionals. Oh, you know what though? First, I got ahead of myself. Bring back in that pierce mat because I want to curl or curve the edge of my butterfly. So I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to fold their wings back. Kind of just putting my thumb on the body so I can know where to put my bone folder, and then lay it on your pierce mat and then squish the butterfly. And now, wait, this one needs to curve a little more. You kind of have this curved butterfly that when you put the dimensionals on there, he won't be too flat. We want him to have some life in him. There we go. Now let's put them on with some dimensionals. And I'm going to just add a couple dimensionals here to the sides of his body. And that'll kind of help hold that curve to the butterfly. Let's see, where do we want him? Maybe about there. That looks good. Making sure again that there's no adhesive here. You don't want it to stick to your circle. Or move your butterfly over, I guess, enough so he's not holding the circle down to the other part of your card. Hope that makes sense. And then I'm going to just put this one right here next to him. And there we go. Now I'm going to take my tag, first of all, and now I knew it. No, here's my bling. I'm going to put my bling on either end of my tag here. And this bling, if you're wondering, is part of the celebration. So this was, if you place a qualifying order, you can get that free with celebration. I'm going to go ahead and put the dimensional just on both ends, because again, I don't want it to stick to the inside of my circle. So a little dimension there, a little dimensional there, and then I'm going to just kind of tuck this in here so it looks something like that. And there you go. There's your card. Now, when Leanne sent me her card, right, she just took a Post-it note and put it on the back here, and that's what you could do with this card, or you could add a piece of white and decorate that, and that's where you could write your sentiment. I plan when I send them out to just do like Leanne did and put a Post-it note on the back. That way it sits up on the desk. It's a cute card, just like that. And there's card number 1. All right, let's go on to card number 2. Let me put my lid back on my glue because we're going to have to do quite a bit of die cutting for this card. And we'll start with die cutting first. Okay, bring those pieces back in. Set my bling up here, my embellishments up there. Bring in this piece. This is the piece, although look, now that I've thought about it, these 2 black pieces are the exact same size. So just one of them we're going to die cut from. And we're going to die cut this piece here. So let's go ahead and take this piece and fold it in half. This is just the same size as a Stampin' Up! Note card and envelope. And I've cut it from some thick basic white. So we're going to cut that out. I've lost my dies. Here they are. Nope, that's not the right dies. Those are the circles. Here they are. Using this piece here. Now, there's 2 sets of lines. There's a set of lines right here. Can you see those on your die? And there's the same lines in the back. But I'm going to use the front lines, and I'm going to make sure I line those up so they're just a smidge, if that's a measurement, above the fold line, making sure that the bottom of the butterfly is still on the note card. And I'm going to use Post-it tape to hold it into place. So again, I'm going to line it up so there's just a smidge above that little line. See there? Like that. And then, now that I've moved it again, I'm going to hold it down with some score tape and run that through the die cut machine. Then on the black piece, I'm going to dump all my dies out here so I can find the one I'm looking for, not this little guy. So we want to cut this guy out, right? And then we're going to also cut a body from this piece here. We want this body here. So I'm going to go ahead. I guess I don't need all these dies. I thought, oh no, and nope, and that's it. I keep thinking I need another die, and I don't. Must be early in the morning and I'm not quite awake yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut those through run those through the die cut machine, and then we'll cut our extra body. Bring in all my pieces and parts again. We'll do this one first. Now this one, because it's thick basic white, you're going to have to run it through your machine and then back again to make sure it cuts through all those pieces and both sides of the card. We want a nice clean cut. So I'm going to run it this way. Here comes the butterfly. And then run it back through again. So let's see what we have here. I'm being careful because I have that Post-it tape on there. I don't want to tear my paper. There we go. So now you have a card. Maybe. There we go. That opens like this. Isn't that adorable? cute. And then it fits into a note card envelope. I had to get some black. I don't know what that was on my paper. Like that, it fits into a note card envelope too. Okay, so set that aside. We need that. Then let's go ahead and cut this butterfly. And there's one more thing I'm going to run and grab because I forgot my die brush. And in fact, I'm going to run this one back just so it's easier to get to. We'll set him aside and I'll do that in just a second. And then I'm going to take this piece. Now this I really want you to see. I'm going to lay it on this one here and just make sure that I get that body right here on my black paper. Okay. And I'm not going to put my die cut machine too far away because we need to cut this tag, and I'll show you how I did that. So we have our black body here, which you can see is way too big. We're going to cut him down, but let's go ahead and make our tag first. Okay, so bring back in that white piece again. And this time, I'm going to cut the tag first and then stamp. So we'll set him, save paper. I'm going to put him as close as I can here. Like that. One more time through the die cut machine. And then bring that happy birthday stamp out again with the black memento ink. And this time I'm going to stamp my happy birthday toward one of the edges. It doesn't matter which one, whatever you're comfortable with. Stamp this. I might get my head in the camera, but I want to get him straight. And where's my Pierce mat? Oh, and he's not straight, but oh, maybe he's straight enough. Okay. Then I'm going to take that die again and another piece of Post-it tape because I don't want it to move. And I'm going to lay my die in here to have the same border on here and here. So you can kind of see, and it slips into place back here. Make sure it's all where you want it. Tape that down so it looks about the same on both sides. And we're going to run that through our die cut machine again and just make that tag a little bit smaller. And really, when I measured mine, it came out to about 3 inches. So if you want to just cut it down to 3 inches and then stamp it, that would work too. Okay, now finally I think we're done die cutting, but now we have a tag, and we just took off a little bit, about that much. But now our tag is smaller, fits the happy birthday, and fits here across our butterfly like that. Okay, let's see what we got going on and see what we need to do next. Oh, I need to go get my die brush. Hang on just a second. I have just a little bowl here that's catches all my little pieces and parts, but the die brush makes this so much easier to get all those little pieces and parts out. There, now they're all out. And then I just take and tap it on my bowl. And then that butterfly comes right out nice and clean. Okay. All right, so we have all of our bits and pieces and parts. Oh no, we need to fix this guy. So just with a pair of scissors, I'm gonna come and just kind of straighten up my body. And really, I think last time I put him a little bit more archy, but this time I'm gonna just go straight across Most of it is covered up anyway, and so now I have a butterfly body there too. Okay, now we have all of our bits and parts. Yes, we do. So let's do just a little bit of stamping. So first of all, on the inside of this butterfly, I want to just put this time to celebrate. So with black memento ink, open him up here, and on the inside, and it fits just right, I'm going to just stamp that time to celebrate. Nice, right? That's a fun surprise on the inside. We'll put that away. Now on the front, whoops, I keep putting them on the front of the butterfly, we're going to use these two wings here. These two stamps were designed to coordinate with this die cut. So we're going to take some Daffodil Delight ink, right? And then I got to make sure I have my chamois or something to clean my stamps nearby. I'm going to use pumpkin pie ink with a dauber. So we're going to ink it up first. I have them on a block here. Here we go. And you'll have to kind of look and see which stamp fits with which, right? See, I think it goes this way and this way. And then I'm going to stamp him this way like this. So I'm going to stamp him on this side and him on this side. But I'm going to ink him up in Daffodil Delight. And then I'm going to take my pumpkin pie with my dauber here and just get the edges of that stamp. Making sure I like to cover all those dots. Now, sometimes it's hard to see what you've inked in orange, but if you turn it up to the light and look through the stamp, then it's easier. And this one, whoop, not that way, Kathy. I believe this one goes right here. I'm going to just stamp that down. And looky there how pretty that two-toned is. Now I need to clean my stamp because I don't want that orange in my yellow ink pad. So I'm going to clean that off. Get a piece of scratch paper, make sure it's clean. Yes, he is. And now I'm going to do the same thing. And I believe that this one fits up here. So I'm going to ink him up good in that yellow. Where is my orange dauber? Get those edges again. And then I'm going to stamp him right here up at the top of the wing. So it looks something like that. Okay, now let's grab the other one and we're going to ink it up in yellow again. Take that orange dauber, get the sides, get those little dots. And then stamp it down. Right there. Cute. Let's clean our stamp again. Excuse me. So I didn't do a very good job. Let's get him cleaner than that. There we go. Make sure he's clean. He is. Ink him up in yellow again. That orange dauber. Just get along the edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to stamp him down here. About right there. I think they're about close. Most of it's going to be covered up, but look how cute that is with that butterfly. Okay, let's put our ink away and finish up our butterfly. I'm going to just take a little bit of liquid glue along the body of my butterfly here. Maybe. There we go. And making sure that he's lined up so his wings, you know, are centered and his body looks good and he looks good there on the front. Okay, then this piece is going to go right here over this piece. So I'm going to just take some liquid glue and put a little bit on his antennas up here. A little bit on his body and then some down here. Whoop, now I move my wings. Doggone it. Should have let those dry a little bit first, but it'll be all right. And I got a little bit extra glue. Let's see if I can spread that around the tip of my glue. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then line this buddy up. And then with that liquid glue, I can kind of slide it into place, tap it down, and now we have a butterfly that looks like that. It's cute, right? Now, I don't know about you, but look, I have this little like nook right here. That's gonna bug me. I'm gonna just trim that off with my scissors. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and put these two together. These two just layer together. Ooh, look how pretty that paper is. If you'd rather use that one. Now this is celebration paper too with the qualifying order. This is part of that celebration pack. You could get that for free also. And I do think this designer series paper, every pattern that's in there goes really well with the butterflies. Oh, I have it upside down now too. I'll have to flip them over. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take, because this is going to be the opening of our card, I'm going to use liquid glue to put him down so he's nice and adhered to our card. Right there, hopefully centered on our paper. And then last, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this piece, and I'm going to just put them on the end, and that way he'll kind of go over the center of the butterfly. So just one here and one here, and set that right across the center. Is that straight? Yeah, it looks pretty straight to me. There we go. And there's your card. We just need to add a little bit of bling on there. So I'm just going to scatter these. I think I'll put a couple up here. Like that. And then another one just down there. And these white sequins, part of your bling, are also the same pack that we used with the purple ones on the first card of that celebration sequins. So that's another thing you could get with the qualifying order for free. Okay, so there's those two cards, and there's these two cards like that. Now, if you missed our Zoom meeting, which I'm assuming you did, and that's why you're watching this video, I drew a name for the host rewards, or now they're called stamp rewards, and so Sandra was the winner of the host or stamp rewards for this month. So if you have any questions, be sure and let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next month at club. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.